What's up? It is Monday and 3 Point Stance. It's back. Meghan, Triplett, John Roser. We took a little break, but we are back in action. We got a lot to talk about. Roser, did you miss me?
Of course.
I want your stance on that first. Like, what was life like?
This is not 4-point stance. This is 3-point stance.
This is an important
you are
stance.
hitting it with a surprise right on.
What was
of
life
course
like?
I missed.
What
Of
was
course
life
I missed.
without me? Did
I always do what?
You struggle with life without me on Mondays?
Always. It was weird. I didn't know what to do. I was like, well, I guess I'll just go into the office. I'm usually waiting to talk to Meghan at this point, but I guess I have to go into the office now.
Well, don't worry. We're back together. I get to bless you again on a Monday.
Even we get weeks off every now and then. You got to take some time off. But dude, summer, dead period in sports. But we obviously have three things that we can talk about today in sports, aside from how much we missed each other.
I still would like more weeks off. Just throw that out there, just so the powers that be they're listening right now.
Talk to Kimball downstairs. Nobody gets more vacation than Kimball.
Very true.
She gets like more vacation than Howard Stern.
She lives her best life, and I just want to be just like her when I grow up. So that's what I'm trying to get to. All right, let's get into our topics really quickly. We got to start with something that happened right in our own backyards, right here in the good old city of Memphis. Will Zalatoris, how about this guy?
Willie Z.
I mean, what an amazing thing. Like, I didn't watch anything live on Sunday just because I was at the Grizz Girls finals auditions, but shout
out to my girl Kaylee. She's back again for I think like her 4th year.
We got a lot of great girls back, some new girls as well. But Willie Z, as you call him, I didn't know that golf even went into playoff rounds, but to see all this how it happened in 3 playoff rounds and Willie Zalatoris getting his first PGA Tour win. He was ranked number 14 in the country, surprising everybody. Crazy finish though, right?
Yeah, no, it was. And it was really cool to see because I mean Zalatoris is a big name on tour. He's a popular name. I mean, people know him. He's finished second at the Masters a couple years ago. He finished second at the PGA Championship against Justin Thomas this past year. So, I mean, this is a guy that has, and this really is his first year on tour. When he was a member of the Korn Ferry Tour, which is like basically the minor league of the PGA Tour. Okay. You know, you go there to work yourself up to
the Korn Ferry Tour.
Yeah, the Korn Ferry Tour.
I couldn't think of another name. Okay, go ahead.
It's the sponsor.
Okay.
To then get their PGA Tour card. Well, Will Zalatoris a couple years ago when Bryson DeChambeau won the U.S. Open, Zalatoris was a member of the Korn Ferry Tour and he played in the U.S. Open, and he finished like tied for 6th. And so they were saying like this kid is coming, like he's going to win tournaments, and he's going to be a name you see at the top of leaderboards and big tournaments to come. So really cool to see his first PGA Tour victory come in a playoff event here in Memphis. And you know, on 18 he hit that par putt to then, you know, he just had to hope Sepp Straka parred or, you know, to be able to go to the playoff. And he let out that, what are they going to say now? Let's go, is what he said. Because that's been the knock on him. The guy's putter at times, it's just shaky and it hadn't come through in the big moments. And then you get to the playoff and you got to play 18 twice. They play 18 at sudden death. So they both par 18 again. Then they come back and play. And Zalatoris freaking hits the thing off the cart path, like way over near the houses. And Sepp Straka hits his almost in the water on 18 because he tries to cut that dog leg. It lands in the rough. They both end up with pars there, and then they go to 11, which 11 more balls are hit in the water at number 11 at TPC Southwind than any other golf course on tour, and it's not even close because it's that island green. And Zalatoris hits his, and it looks like it's going to go in the water, and it just wedges right there between the wood and the rough. Then Sepp Straka absolutely hits his in the water. So then he's got to go back to the drop zone. Zalatoris for a little bit, I'm like, is this dude going to try to hit this out of there? Then no, he takes the drop, he goes there, and he ends up winning with a bogey because Straka double bogeys. It was wild. It was like, do either one of these guys going to hit a shot that's like actually like memorable, or is this just going to be, oh my God, like who, like, I don't know.
He still got a crazy finish though. Like
it's a crazy finish, and it was unbelievable. And you could see Zalatoris in the post-match interview. He was very emotional. Yeah. You could tell what this meant to him. You know, he's come close so many times to winning on tour, winning majors, winning regular events, and then he finally gets one, and it vaults him from, like you said, I think 14th in the FedEx standings. He's now number one because the number one player in the world going into this event was Scotty Scheffler, who won the Masters this year. Scotty Scheffler missed the cut. So Will Zalatoris is now number one as they head into the BMW Championships in Delaware this week, and then they will wrap up with the playoff final is going to be in Atlanta at East Lake. So always an awesome event. FedEx St. Jude Championship is always an amazing event.
It's always great, and it's always the biggest thing. It's all for St. Jude, so that's what really, really matters. But it was a crazy finish, and all eyes were on that and watching that. All right, really quickly, we got to talk about the NFL because preseason is here, and the biggest thing that coming out of the preseason is really kind of like watching all the quarterbacks. We've seen Russell Wilson now in a different Broncos jersey. We've got a chance to see Deshaun Watson, but we're not going to talk about that right now. With the Browns, we're not talking about it.
He's in for that all preseason, and
yeah. So, but what we want to talk about is, look, the biggest thing, and one of the big things about quarterback is Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson, whether or not the questions was he going to start for the Jets anyway with Joe Flacco being added to the group, but Zach Wilson, he had that knee injury in the first game. Yeah. He's now going to have to get arthroscopic knee surgery, and that'll determine how long he's out. People are predicting it to be 2 to 4 weeks, but we're not quite sure. But man, oh man, the Jets, they've gone through.
Yeah, that's, and Zach Wilson, that really is, that's the story. That's the story out of the NFL preseason is Zach Wilson and Zach Wilson's injury. And look, Zach Wilson was the one quarterback in that draft that he just kind of worried me. I'm like, they didn't beat anybody good, and you just don't. He's got all the tools, but no, it stinks if you're a Jets fan. And Robert Saleh, their head coach, their offensive coordinator, obviously they're building the entire offense around him. They got more weapons, Elijah Moore from Ole Miss, et cetera, et cetera. And it's just unfortunate because it's a non-contact injury. So we're actually lucky 2 to 4 weeks is not bad when you see the non-contact injury and you're like, oh man, that's got to be an ACL. That's what you immediately think when it's non-contact like that. But that's definitely the story so far of the preseason is Zach Wilson. And it's unfortunate. I don't think the Jets were going to win that division anyway because I think New England will be fine with Mac Jones. I think Miami's going to be much, much improved. They have so many weapons now around Tua, and Buffalo obviously has, Josh Allen's one of the 5 best quarterbacks in the league. So,
but you haven't talked about the team yet. We're running out of time here.
I know. Bang, bang. Trey Lance, 4 or 5. Was it like 90-something yards, a touchdown to Danny Gray, rookie out of SMU. Oh, we are live. Chris Vernon and Devin Walker were talking crap to me on the group text. And then, boom, he threw that pass, that bomb, perfect to Danny Gray. Let's go. No, in all seriousness, Lance is going to have his struggles. I mean, he's not like he played against the number 1 defense or anything. He will have his first-year struggles too, but he showed some promising things.
Well, since you talk about your team, my third-string quarterback, Malik Willis, also made some noise in week 1 of preseason. I know he's just a third string, but we're all like, who is this guy running our only touchdown of the game?
Liberty.
And he had that 49-yard throw as well. All right, really quickly, reports are saying, we do know the NBA schedule is coming out this week, Roz. We all sit and wait to figure out what everyone's schedule will look like. Reports are coming out already. Reports are saying that according to some sources, NBA's 2002 Christmas Day schedule, Bucks at Celtics, Sixers at Knicks, Suns at Nuggets, Lakers at Mavericks, Grizzlies at Warriors. Could this happen? We're not quite sure. We'll wait and see. But to be considered, to be in the conversation, Roser,
I think it's happening. I think it's happening. I think it's pretty obvious it's happening. My thoughts. These are it is a massive deal to play on Christmas. My thoughts are, I'm glad it's on the road. I'm glad it's on the road. Like
we have to work.
We'd have to be there. I want to be with my family. I'm dead serious. Like, you can call it selfish, but whatever. Like, I'd like to be with my family on Christmas.
But as a fan, it's a big deal to be in the conversation.
It is. It's
the moment we built up for this, and so it could be happening. But make sure you tune on GCM to get all the latest as the schedule will come out this week. That's all the time we have for this edition of 3 Point Stance presented by Mountain Dew.